What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another week of RedZone RoundUp, hosted by yours truly, Bryce Fry, and my longtime buddy Isaiah Santos. Back
Yes,
again with
sir.
another recap, another NFL week down in the books. Got your Week 11 recap this week. So a little discussion on what just went happen. Had a lot that happened last week, Isaiah. You ready to dive into it this week or what?
Oh man, like I say all the time, I stay ready, so I never got to get ready, brother. I'm ready for it,
Love to
man.
hear it. And I know as you noticed a little apparel change for this week's episode. Uh, People say it wasn't that big of a win. I think every win's a big win. So let's
You
get
know,
into it.
uh, let's talk about it, man.
Okay, everybody, let's get this thing kicked off. You know what it is. First quarter of the day, diving into the Week 11 matchups, a little bit of results, and updated
Mm,
divisional standings. Isaiah, you have any games that you were watching this past weekend? I know there were some boring ones. We're starting to get
yeah,
into some
yeah.
colder, bad weather, so starting to have a little bit of slower games, slower paced games.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot
for
of
sure.
firings going on. Finally, kind of some changes within the
Hopefully,
landscape
some
of the
good
league.
changes.
So
Yeah.
hopefully, some good changes. As you saw, I saw a good change this week. So maybe that'll spread around the league a little bit. So you see any games?
Uh,
What are your games that you were checking out this week?
oh man, so speaking of diving into it, Logan Wilson of the Cincinnati Bengals, man. How about that guy? Straight diving into everybody, taking them down. Thursday night football, man. Mark Andrews got hurt. Lamar Jackson got hurt. Came back though.
Yeah,
OBJ
that
got
hip
hurt,
tackle,
man. That hip drop tackle, man. They're thinking about
hip
taking
drop.
it away. Yeah, it's a serious thing that happened this week. So man, well, one player took out three guys. So, it was a tough way to start the week. Joe Burrow done for the season. So but moving forward, there were a lot of good games this week and a couple of one pointers difference games. So it was some fun things to see out there this week for sure,
Yeah,
especially
I
in
think that.
fantasy football.
Yeah, I thought that first game, like you were just talking about, the Mark Andrews injury was big. That's going to be big for them going forward. That's his
Yeah,
best pass catcher. So
yeah,
obviously, him being done for the season. And then on the other side of the ball, the Bengals no longer have Joe Burrow the rest of the season. And that hurts
yeah.
me because I play you in fantasy this week. And of course, I got my freaking quarterback out. So you know
Hey,
how that
yeah.
goes. Who do I pick up? Oh, yeah. I can't say who I got. Actually, this episode will come out a day later. I can say it. I got Baker Mayfield rolling against you. So we'll see how
Baker
my boy
Mayfield.
Bake
Okay,
does.
okay,
Because,
okay.
the quarterback options were slim, and
Yeah.
my other quarterback was actually hurt too. So I
Hmm.
had to make a little pickup. But yeah, so Joe Burrow being done so that was interesting. The whole wrist deal, the whole not a wrist problem, but
Oh yeah, we're
the
gonna
whole
file a
safety.
lawsuit against them, man.
Yeah, your
You know,
boy
we had
Dave
some, we had some
Portnoy,
money
he's
on
getting
it. We
that
had some
going.
money on that. We had some money
Yeah,
on that
shit, I
game
did have
on
money
Joe
on it.
Burrow.
That's what the funniest
Uh,
part is, man. I'm rocking with Dave Portnoy. I'll be in that civil lawsuit.
I'll
So,
say I'll
you
be
know,
right there in court with you.
my share won't be as big as his, but I'll get a little something hopefully. We'll see what the settlement looks like. But
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
also, the Steelers losing that game against the Browns, that kind of set the Browns up for, good position in the season because
Another
Mark
game-winning
Andrews
field
going
goal.
down. Yeah, with Mark Andrews going down, they're going to have a tough battle against the Browns the rest of the way through this season. So, I'm interested to see how that pans out for them. And I
Yeah,
liked the Texans pulling out with,
dude.
that scary kind of win. So,
Yeah, not a good
see,
game from
see,
CJ Stroud, but he still got it
no,
done.
but
He was slinging it.
hey man, a win is a win is a win is a win. He's been
Tank Dell
pretty
is a beast. Tank Dell is a monster.
beast.
That man's
Yeah,
going
he's
ham.
showing out again for the
Yeah.
town of Houston. He
Oh
did it
yeah.
in college. Now he's finally getting his groove with the league. So
Yeah.
it's been good to see him. Um, Another game, obviously, got to talk about got to talk about my Bills. What about them Bills, huh? What about them
They played
Bills?
the Jets, man. They played the Jets.
Hey,
Hey, look,
some
Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson has 300 plus pass attempts, 5 touchdowns. The quarterback for the New York
Okay.
Giants, Tommy DeVito, has like 73 passes thrown and 5 touchdowns. Man, you're playing a guy who's not even getting the ball down the field. They haven't scored a
Okay.
touchdown in like 40 drives or something like
Hey,
that. Like,
hey, I'm glad you brought up Zach Wilson in that statistic because you're right. That's true. But you also want to know another statistic. The Jets, after the Kansas City Chiefs, are the second most team with drops in the NFL. So take that as you will. I'm not
oh,
saying
it's
that I'm not saying that it ain't Zach Wilson, and I ain't saying he's
it
the
was
best, this
Garrett
or
Wilson.
that.
He didn't catch
But
the ball damn near either.
I'm just saying, man, they got a catching problem over there too. It ain't just Zach Wilson.
No,
But
it's that O
that
line
leads
really.
me.
It's really
Hey,
that O
that leads me
line.
to say I'm not saying that was a Super Bowl win. I'm just saying it was a good win getting us back in it. We have a new OC. It was his first game coaching. He got a good spark. He had a good game plan. I liked what we
Yeah.
were doing. We ran the ball with authority. It was nice. We set us up for success in each way possible. Started off the game with a freaking that fumble by produced by Reggie Gilliam was beautiful. Knocked the shit out of old boy. Started the game off with a bang,
Yeah.
and we kept it rolling from there. So you
Yeah,
know,
hey, I'll give
uh,
it to you. Y'all won. Y'all
you
did your
know,
thing.
because I know
You
it's the
won.
Jets, but hey,
You,
it's a
yeah,
win.
you get. They're hard to come by these days, man. They're hard to come by.
They are, man. You got to scrape for them these days. And then that
Yeah,
last
man.
game of the weekend, what'd you think about that Eagles Chiefs matchup?
Man, like this was another game I put some money on, and then all of a sudden I look at this 5 minutes before kickoff, and I see that it's raining, and I'm like, God, it's about to be a boring game. But it actually kind of ended up being kind of a good game, other than the drop pass by Scantling at the end of the
Oh
game. I mean,
yeah,
like,
that was crucial.
dude,
That was bad.
yeah,
Bad look.
put your hands up, like, God damn, man,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in your
I
hands,
think
bro,
every
like.
I think everybody in their living room was doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game though, man. I mean, the Eagles are tough.
Nah, it
Jalen
was tough.
Hurts,
Both pass rushes look great. I mean,
too. Yeah,
freaking Jalen Hurts, man, he couldn't even throw the ball for the whole first half. He couldn't get the
I know.
ball out.
He had that knee brace on too, man.
Man,
No,
yeah.
it was a crazy game.
Yeah, it was. But going into some updated divisional standings, is there anything change that kind of sparks your eye? I know, really, in terms of anything really changing, nothing's really changed. Eagles are 9-1. They're obviously the highest and best record in the league right now. You still got the Carolina Panthers on the reverse
Yeah,
side of that, still have only won one game. But outside of that, everything's pretty kind of similar to last week. That AFC North,
yeah.
that's going to be a tough battle the rest of the season. And same with the NFC South.
AFC
So,
North, man. It's gonna be a good finish over there.
oh, yeah.
Hey, Joe Burrow done. I think that we could say that the Bengals probably will end up. I don't know, man. The Steelers. We'll see how they do with the new offensive coordinator, but uh, I think that the Bengals are kind of set in stone and dead last in that division now.
I
But
agree.
yeah, also with
And I
the
think with
AFC
the
South,
yeah,
the Jaguars and Texans, man. Oh man, they play. I'm pretty sure they play next week, so it's gonna be a good game, man. See if the Texans can really prove it that they deserve to be at the top spot.
yeah, no, they play this week, and I think that's going to be a super crucial matchup. That's actually the matchup that I'm looking forward to the most, just because
Yeah,
I've liked watching CJ Stroud. I mean, we give him love every show so far, and
yeah,
each
dude.
week, man, he's like, I mean, yeah, he threw 3 picks this past week. Didn't have his best game, still got a win. Still got in the win
Yeah,
column. Hard to come by. 6-4 going into the divisional matchup against the number one seed in your division. If he gets a win just like that, they're tied and leading the division because of that win. So,
yeah, man. It's gonna be fun. I actually went to this game last year when they played on like this January 1st. I was in that parking lot screaming, "This is our year." I didn't mean it in that game because we got waxed. But I think that this is it, man. It's gonna be a turning point for him.
no, I agree. I agree. I think it'll be good for them. That's going to be a tight division. I think really the NFC South, man, it's the tightest division right now. But I think it's you know I think it's at this point. All right, who is the second
Who
worst
feels
of this
like playing?
division. Like,
Who feels like
yeah, like
playing,
who?
brother? Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally just like the battle of all the crap. You know what I mean? Have you
Yeah,
seen Big
yeah.
Cat from Barstool? He creates that list every week. That's like, you know, this is
Kirk
like,
Cousins. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I see that. Yeah.
And then he had the line on him. It's like somebody's got to win the NFC South. Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I laugh at that.
yeah. Nah, yeah. But other than that, man, nothing really changed with the divisional standings. You know, this week there's actually a lot of divisional matchups. I think there's 10 on the slate. So this will
Yeah,
hopefully be shaken up and you know, a little more dicey next week. So
yeah,
but
man.
we'll see. But that's it for the first quarter, everybody. So we'll catch you in quarter two here in just a sec. All right, folks, let's get into it. Quarter two. Isaiah, let's talk about some stat leaders. Like I said last couple weeks, you know, we've crossed over the midpoint of the season. So at this point, you know, it's pretty clear who the leaders are, potential
Yeah. Oh,
MVPs, you know, people who are balling and people who are slumping. Do you have anybody
something.
on, you know, that's kind of been piquing your interest a little bit? I'm about to throw up some QB leaders. So
And there he
first
is
out
at
of you
number
guys,
one. He's that number
who?
1 and 2 for me, man. Like Sam Howell. Who would have thought that? Well, I guess with all the quarterbacks dropping like flies, there's a lot of room for other quarterbacks to step up. But Sam Howell wasn't one of the guys who had a quarterback drop. Man, he's been the guy from the go. So to see him at the top like that, yeah, he's throwing the hell out of the ball, 440 plus attempts, but get the completion percentage up, man. It's pretty good to see from him. So Sam Howell's been balling. He finds a way to get it done. Yeah, they lost against the the Giants, I believe, but he's slinging that rock. So I'm just surprised to see him, and I'm not surprised so much as C.J. Stroud because he's just been outstanding from the go. Maybe MVP of the year. I think that's like the first rookie quarterback to do that, or first rookie ever to win MVP if it happens. But
If
wishful thinking, yeah. But it's some surprising names up there on the QB list this year.
Yeah, I agree. Man, it's still surprising that man Justin Herbert, he's hanging in there up in the yards and everything, man. Even
Man, yeah.
what are your thoughts on
That
Justin Herbert? You think he's like Emmanuel Acho says, social media quarterback, or do you think he could potentially be the guy one day? What's your thoughts on him?
I always liked him, man. I always thought he could be the guy. It's just at first I thought it was the coaching. Now it's just like I don't know, maybe it's the off year, maybe it's that uncomfortableness in his with his left pinky or left pointer finger or whatever it is that he's having
Yeah,
trouble with. But I mean, he's got a receiver that got hurt. Austin Eckler's not really running the ball like he used to. It's just that whole offense doesn't look like they're clicking.
yeah. No, I mean it's definitely hard because he's had a lot of drops as well. I mean, you know,
Yeah. Oh
he's
man, it was
definitely
yeah.
he's definitely not played as great as he should have been playing, you know, up to this point, but he definitely is not getting a lot of help either. So,
No,
you know, I don't think he deserves all the hate. He definitely
no.
deserves some of it, but
I got faith in
his
him though. I
boys,
got faith.
yeah, I mean, I like Keenan Allen, so maybe he just needs to
Yeah.
he needs to fixate himself on getting the ball to, you know, Keenan Allen
That's all he's
and
been doing, man. Keenan Allen's been going crazy every
yeah.
game.
So, running back leaders. You got Christian McCaffrey, top in the list with 825 yards. And he has a pretty distinct difference between him and Raheem Mostert at
Yeah.
691. 825 to 691. That's a hell of a difference right there.
Yeah,
And years
dude.
off, you know, everybody's basically in the 600s, and he's just about to cross that Thowell mark already, man.
Yeah, dude, it's unbelievable to see Christian McCaffrey. People go, oh, I feel like they're a little skeptical with him because injuries. I don't think he's ever played a full season. Fingers crossed because that's my guy right now. So let's hope he finishes the season. But he's a monster, man. Passing, catching. And all I could think about is Boobie Miles' dad in the movie Friday Night Lights, and he can pass. I'm still waiting on him to throw the ball, throw a touchdown pass, so I can.
Fling the rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm waiting on that part, man, so I can get that going.
Yeah. I'm a fan of DeAndre Swift. I'm glad he's hanging up there in the 3 spot right now, right above my boy
Yeah,
James Cook, who's also been kind of waking up these last couple weeks. But DeAndre Swift, man, he's looking good. He's got 690 yards. You know, he can have a little more touchdowns. He can have a little more love there. But I think that also comes from Jalen Hurts taking a lot of the tush push touchdowns. You know, so
absolutely, man, absolutely. He
but
could be up
but
there.
he does get a lot of attempts. I mean, and actually, if you look at his yards compared to his attempts versus these other players, I mean, you got dudes getting 150 plus attempts, and they're not, getting the kind of yards he's getting. He's getting less than 150 attempts,
Yeah,
almost 700 yards. That's pretty solid. And even last night in the matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs, like he did pretty solid. I mean,
yeah,
you
he
know,
did pretty. Yeah, he did very well.
he opens up that offensive lot, especially that since Jalen Hurts can run himself. It's
Yeah.
good. It's a good little duo to have. Let's throw up this
Oh
wide
yeah.
receiver stat leader list now. What you seeing there?
Yeah, I mean, we always attack the top of the list, but let's jump down to the bottom. We got Jamar Chase and the up and coming Brandon Ayuk, man. He's been putting up some numbers to have 43 catches, 183 yards. So I think that's pretty impressive right there.
Yeah,
Out of 63 targets or 61 targets, yeah. I mean, averaging 19, almost 20 yards a catch. That's pretty good over there in the Bay Area. But Jamar Chase, man, your quarterback went down. I can see him falling out of the wide receiver talk this with this list at least.
I agree, and I like that you brought up Brandon Ayuk because Ayuk, whatever, over 90, over 92 yards a game. I mean that's a solid average,
It's a
especially
big play man right there.
from a team that has a Christian McCaffrey, a George Kittle, a Debo Samuel, and
Hmm.
a non-superstar quarterback in Brock Purdy. Not hating on the brother, but dude obviously is not a Patrick Mahomes. So I mean, it's kind of surprising that he's been able to distribute the ball across the offense like he has. So
Yeah,
that's impressive as well.
got the playmakers, man. It makes it happen.
But I think, just to attack the top of the list, like you said, we always do. You got to show the love. I think Tyreek Hill, he's shown each week, week in, week out, why he is at the top of the list. Because did you see that? His touchdown this past weekend, dude catches it
Oh yeah,
in
oh
the
yeah,
middle of three of that linebacker and both
yeah,
safeties, and then just shoots it
yeah.
for
Gone.
an extra 25, 30 yards or whatever.
Yeah,
And I'm just like untouched. You know what I mean? And it's just like
yeah.
it's pretty unbelievable the speed on that guy. But
Dude, tell me about it, right?
let's let's look at the touchdown leaders. So we got the full list. I
Oh wait,
put
this the defensive
oh
tackles
sorry,
or
sorry, sorry.
the tackles
Okay.
leaders.
Okay, well let's go ahead and talk about the tackle leaders then, because I clicked the wrong one. So we got the tackle leaders. You got anything
Man,
on this list that any
it's
players that you like watching?
it's just a year of some hard fought tackling, man. Hopefully these guys aren't doing any of that hip dropping shit. But Bobby
Okay.
Wagner, man, I think he'll be number one of not number one, but no top three probably by the end of this year. He's always
Yeah.
been up there in the tackles, total tackles. So I think we'll see him back in familiar reigns. He'll claim that top three spot for sure.
Yeah. I like Patrick Queen, number 10. Patrick Queen's been balling for the Baltimore
Yeah,
Ravens, and actually a player that me and you are both familiar with in our division, CJ Mosley. I think CJ Mosley is a beast for the Jets, who, the Bills just completely railroaded them this week, but that was pretty uncharacteristic because that defense is pretty solid. I was actually surprised how well we did. That's why, I had to
yeah,
rep the boys' support because that defense does not let up yards like that. Sauce Gardner,
Mm,
he kind of got a little taste of something he doesn't really get a lot of. So it was pretty nice to see. And
Yeah,
let's go. Let's look at the sacks now. Let's walk over to the sacks list. You got Miles
that's what
Garrett
I'm talking about.
leading it, 13 sacks. You got Hunter behind him, followed by T.J. Watt, Khalil Mack, and Max Crosby. I really like Max Crosby. I love his attitude. I love the energy he brings. I'm a Bussin' with the Boys guy. Shout out Bussin' with the Boys. But
Yeah,
Max
yeah.
Crosby comes on there. He talks to the boys. He opens up. It's pretty cool seeing how human a lot of these guys are. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
just
yeah.
like us, and they're out there just deadly on the field. Nasty when they need to be between
Yeah,
the lines. So you
yeah.
got a
Shout
favorite
out
player?
to no, well, Miles Garrett, dude, he's crazy good. So he's just a freak athlete. I think he's really good. I want to see Micah Parsons though, man, step up a little bit, do a little more. But I just want to shout out Daniil Hunter. I think it wasn't this past game, but I think the previous week he needed another sack for a seven-figure incentive or something like that on salary. So I just want to get a shout out, catching that little seven-figure bonus for just another sack, man. Just sacking the
Shout out
quarterback,
that
just doing your
boy.
job, just
Hey,
doing
we
your
we
job, man.
support the boy just out there getting his bread.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So
Trying to get the
just a quick
bread.
shout out for him.
I like it. I like it. Now I got this. Our producer, he woke up a little bit. He got this touchdown leader list. Let's go back to the touchdown leader list. It's a pretty full list, but put all the way up to the top 10 because there's a lot tied at 10. But
Yep.
you got Christian McCaffrey leading the way with 14 tugs. You got Mostert behind him at 13. And then after Gus Edwards, you kind of start to tier into the different positions. You got Tyreek Hill at 9. And then tied with him, you got the tush push king, the brotherly love master. Then you got some more wide receivers. But tied at 10, you got a handful of dudes. And
Yeah, all at
you got
seven. What's going on with that?
you got two Buffalo Bills hanging in there. So I like to see that.
Yeah, you got
But
a couple of guys who haven't played either.
Devon
Devon
A Chain,
Achan. Yeah, he's
who just got hurt again this past
yeah,
game. So I'm hoping
we'll
that that
see.
knee problem wasn't anything serious because man, as a division rival, I don't want him to tear us up. But dude's a baller. I like watching him play. He's
Yeah.
fun to watch. He's fast. I mean, Mostert's obviously fast too, but this man's the real deal. So
Yeah,
I
it's
hope he gets on
crazy
the
that they're
field.
kind of close in the touchdowns, though, man. I mean, Mostert's been there all year. Achan's missed a few. He's been on IR, and now who knows how many games or if he'll miss a game or not. They're kind of close in
Yeah.
the touchdowns. But
Well, I
same with
mean, same
Kyron
thing with
Williams.
Kyron Williams.
Yeah, yeah. Look at that. On the
Jinx,
same
you owe me
page,
a Coke.
brother. He's back, and you might even see him this week. So I hope you're happy. Hope you're happy about that.
Yeah. No, I know. And then another one, I gotta give my boy the shout out that we always shout out, Jordan Addison. I mean, dude is a beast. He's doing it for Space Dobbs over there trying to.
Yeah,
So
look,
I hope he can continue to get some love too.
I
But
think he will, man.
that's gonna be your stat leaders through week 11. So I'm sure a lot of this list will probably stay, pretty similar going into next week. But maybe we'll check into it next week, see if anything crazy happens. But here in just a second, we're gonna get into some quarter 3 action. We'll start talking about the money. So be ready. We'll catch you here in just a second.
All
All
right.
right, listen up. Halftime report. We got cold kicks for you every week. We gotta tell you, coldkicks.com, coldest shoe market in the world, probably. I don't know. Maybe in
Mhm.
Texas only, maybe in our area only. But hey, boy is doing this every week. He just went to one of them shoe conventions in Dallas, tore it
Yeah.
up. He's getting the name out there, getting the love out there. He's growing fans and growing customers by the day. So if you're not one of them, you're truly missing out. And if you don't support the brand, we don't support you. So that's just you heard it here.
Ooh-wee.
Brand, we don't support you. So cold kicks, shop cold kicks at cold kicks. Hit the
Check
boy
them out,
Tyke
man.
up.
Check them out.
Follow the boys and just do it. That's
Buy,
not
sell,
Nike, by
trade,
the way.
cold kicks.
You heard it. Third quarter of the day, everybody. You already know it's money time. And if you're following along each week, you would have known that for the second week in a row now, your boy went 2-1. So we'll get to my slip here in just a little bit. We're gonna run
He's
through the
doing
odds
something.
first, but your boy's on the come up a little bit. And then, for the ones who are close, know that I also hit a couple little parlays this weekend. So you might want to rock with your boy. Just
I
saying.
seen it for myself, y'all. I seen it. He's got a little hot streak going. He rolling the dice, y'all. He's got him something going on, man. I might want to stick with the
Not
guy.
financial advice, by the way. Not financial advice.
Yeah.
But
At your own risk, please.
at your own risk. Ask your parents if you're not 18, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe if you're not 18, you shouldn't even be doing that, actually.
Yeah,
So
I think is it 18 or 21?
I don't know. Either way, if you're not legal, don't do it. All right. You heard that here
Absolutely.
first. We support legal things. So let's dive into it. We got your week 12 matchup odds. This week's a little different. You got Turkey Day, you got Thanksgiving, you got the holiday break. That means you got 4 days of football. You got 4 days of it. You got Thursday,
Mm,
Friday, Sunday, Monday, spread out pretty thick through the weekend. So we'll start with that first Turkey Day slate of games.
mm.
Thursday, first game of the day. Hopefully, as soon as you're about to get your first plate of some fresh turkey, I'm a ham guy. Don't crucify
Yep.
me, but
No, I'm the same
you know,
way.
get you some potatoes, get you some green bean casserole, get you some rolls, and click on that Packers Lions game because that's going to be the first slay of the game. You got the
Uh-huh.
Lions favored by 7.5. That over under is
Mm.
at 47. What you like in there?
Division game, Lions not blowing them out. They didn't blow out the Bears at least too bad. So I'm gonna roll with the Packers plus 7.5. I think that'll be
Ooh,
a close game.
Jordan Love
And
slinging a little bit on Turkey Day.
yeah, inside. Come on now, you got to get something going. You're playing inside
I
on
feel you.
Thanksgiving. Rather
I feel
people
you.
are watching.
I'm gonna go with the under. I'm gonna go under 47. I think both these teams are kind of underwhelming. I do think the Lions can put up some points. I do not think that the Packers can. And Aaron Jones just got hurt, so that is
Yeah.
up in the air on what's gonna be going on with that deal. They do have AJ Dillon, so who knows? I'm gonna take that
Yeesh.
under 47 though. Second game of the day. This is hopefully by time you're already full, you're already ready to hit the bathroom a couple times, maybe get your second plate. I don't know. Maybe it's pie time. I don't know. But you got that Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys in Jerry World. You got the Cowboys favored by 11, and that over under is 48.5.
Mm. Well, Commander's quarterback gets sacked a lot, although he's been doing a lot better. I'm gonna hit the over this week. I think that points will be scored in this game on Thanksgiving, of course, in Jerry World. Dak
Points
Prescott
on
will have a
Turkey Day.
monster game.
I like it. I'm going to go with Sam Howell and the Commanders covering that plus 11. Do I think
Yep.
they'll win? No. But do I think they can at least not lose by a touchdown and a field goal? Yes. He does get sacked a lot, but obviously as you saw, he is a stat leader. He's a number 1 stat leader right now. So that means that he
It's a
obviously
division game.
something on the field, and it's a division game, always tight,
All three of
in the
them.
division sense. So, I like that. I like that plus 11. So, I'm a rock with them. Last game of Turkey Day to finish it
Mm.
off. Surely, unless you're a psychopath, you're done eating by this point. Might had a little bit of dinner, might had a little third serving or something. Surely you're just on the cake or ice cream or pie, whatever you like. But that 7:20 action is going to be the 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. You got the 49ers favored by 6.5. That over under is 43. What you got?
Mm. Division game. Seahawks coming off a L to the Rams. Ugh, yikes. But I think they'll play a little bit harder this game. So I'm going to go ahead and hit them with the plus 6.5, little underdog love. I like the 49ers still winning, but it'll be a close game.
Gotcha. I'm going to be on the other side of the river. I'm actually taking
Uh-oh.
the minus 6.5. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I obviously agree with you. I think it's going to be a tight game. But 49ers defense been crushing it. They've obviously been pretty stout these last few weeks, especially with the new
They just
additions.
lost. Yeah, they just lost a player, though.
They did, but
I
I
can't say his
am
name.
assuming
So
I'm assuming that they come in and the only caveat with that is they are going to be in Seattle. So Seattle
yeah.
can't make it close in that way, but I think they win by touchdown. So I'm going to take that -6.5 49. So that's your Turkey Day slate. That's going to be the 3 games. Bing, bing, bing. Then let's make it into the odd one Friday gamer. And
Black Friday.
I
Woo!
actually work. So, I'm going to be on my
Oh,
computer watching the game. So this is going to be a divisional matchup. You get the Miami Dolphins traveling to New Jersey to play the New Jersey Jets. And you get the Dolphins favored by 10, and that over-under is at a clean 40.
sheesh,
What you got there?
we got a new quarterback coming in for the Jets. So Zach
Yeah.
Wilson
Tim Boyle.
is he's number 3. I want to say I'm gonna hit the over, but damn, I don't know, man. But you just gotta roll with what you think sometimes. And 40 sounds like a good number, so I'm gonna hit the over right now, man. That's how I'm feeling today.
Okay, 20
We'll
each,
see
3
how I'm
pubs
feeling
each.
Friday.
Sounds doable, right? Maybe they get a good dinner in their system. They get the energy,
Yeah,
riled up for that 2 p.m. kickoff. I'm actually gonna surprise a lot of people. Like you said, new quarterback, terrible team on a bad run right now. But I'm a rock with Mr. Boyle stepping in that QB1 slot and taking on the Dolphins at home and covering
Uh-oh.
+10. I
Okay.
actually am taking the +10, but I think they might win. Just saying. Remember, you heard it
Oh,
here first. Bryce Fry, RedZone RoundUp, everybody. Just saying.
oh,
I think the
sheesh.
Jets might surprise some people. They have a crazy pass rush, and Tua, I mean, he's notoriously been not great against good pass rushes, and I think this defense that just got tore up is going to get lit a new one all week in practice, and I think they come out next week, banging and slinging. So I
Yeah, a
think
little
I
bit
think
more
we're going to see a
aggressive.
different. I think we'll see a different defense coming into this week. So I'm going to take that +10. Going into Sunday, you got a
Mm.
pretty good slate. And I didn't even mention, but I did in the first quarter. But there's 10 divisional matchups, so a lot of good tight divisional games, hopefully for the weekend. But that first one in the Sunday slate at 12 o'clock is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans at NRG. You got the
Mm-hmm.
Jags actually favored by 1.5, surprising to
Mm-hmm.
me. And then that over under is 48.5. You got your boys in the H, or
Mm.
where are you going with this one?
Come on, man. You know we riding with the Texans money line on this one. Shoot, you already know, bro. Texans all the way. I
Hey,
mean,
you
shit.
can double down on
Shit.
that, baby, because I got the Texans money line too. H-Town all the way. I got CJ Stroud and Tank Dell. Maybe they link up a couple times. Maybe he
Mm-hmm.
cools on the interceptions this week. I think they win.
Yeah.
They got stout defense too. So been looking good. The next game, what you got? Buccaneers
Ooh-wee.
at the Colts. You get the Colts favored by 2.5. That over under is 43.5.
Oh, I'm gonna hit the Bucks +2.5, man. I think they actually could end up winning this game. I'm gonna hit
Okay.
that.
Baker
I
Mayfield.
think they do. Yeah, for
You think
sure.
he'll do good enough for me to spank your ass in fantasy league or
Oh,
what?
and I hope not, man.
Hey, you said it.
I do have Mike Evans, so if he's throwing it to anybody, hopefully it's Mike Evans. So,
Yeah, shit.
but
Yeah.
he didn't think about that one.
I'm actually gonna take that under. I'm gonna go under 43.5. I think that's gonna be a pretty boring game. Actually, I'm gonna be the first one to say that's gonna be a boring game. I think not a sorry matchup, but not two teams that are capable of just having a shootout. Gardner Minshew, he can put up some points. We know Baker can put up some
Yeah,
points, but they both get off the pretty slow starts. So I'm gonna take the under 43.5. I'm gonna stick with the under.
yeah.
Now we got your team. We got a little
Mm,
bit of the Patriots. They're back off
mm.
a bye week, if I'm not
Off a
mistaken.
bye
So
week, man.
you
Hey,
got off the bye week, the Pats traveling to MetLife to play the New York Giants, the New York Football Giants, and they're favored by 3.
mm.
Over the over under is 33.5.
don't know what they're suggesting with that one, man. It's just, oh,
I don't know.
hey,
It sounds like
new
they don't think
quarterback.
many points.
Yeah, for real. We got a new quarterback hopefully rolling in. Bill Belichick he said in his words, he said, I told him everyone to be ready to play. So I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna hit the over on this. So
Okay.
33 and a half. I mean, shit, son, come on. What
That's
are
a
we
Vegas
doing?
baseline. Yeah, that's a
That
Vegas
is
baseline. They
that
want you to
and
take it. That means it's
it's
gonna be
gonna
a
stop
low
right at
game.
33. It's gonna be right
Yeah,
at
yeah. That
33
means it's gonna be like a 10
somehow.
to 12 ball game or something. 10 to 13.
uh,
I'm actually, you're gonna hate me. I'm gonna take the Giants +3. I don't think they'll win outright, maybe, but I think it'll be a tight game. I think it's gonna be real low scoring. Like I just said, I think it could be a 10-13 ball game for all we know.
hey, watch
And
out,
so,
Tommy DeVito.
hey, he came out last week. He scored up some points. Shit, he made this whole 33 and a half by himself last week. So who knows? But going against a Bill Belichick defense, you can't assume 2 weeks in a row, especially from a kid who gets his bed made by his mom still. So
Oh man.
no hate, but we'll see. I got Giants +3. So let's rock into the
Mm.
second half of the slate. First one at the top, still in the 12 o'clock slate. You got the Carolina Panthers taking on the Tennessee Titans. You got the Titans favored by 3.5, and that over under is 37.
Oof. Underwhelming teams
Oof.
playing not so great of football. Let me just go ahead and say this could be a boring game. Hit the under for this one.
I feel that, and I agree. I think this is a very underwhelming set of teams. I think this could be potentially one of the worst games of the weekend, but I'm going to take the Titans at home. As much as that makes me actually feel bad for Frank Wright and the boys in Carolina, I do not
Mm.
think they will get their second win this week. I think the Titans have been a slow start too. I think Derrick Henry, I'm hoping he goes off this week against you. And, I hope he gets a couple tugs, man. Maybe two. Let's see two. So I'm going to slap that money line. Next game, which
Money.
is going to be a divisional matchup. You got the Steelers playing the Bengals. You got two kind of rocky teams right now. You actually got the Steelers favored by 1, so it's basically a toss-up, pick 'em, and then that over-under is 34.5.
Man, if Joe Burrow was playing out, this would easily be hitting the over. But I mean, we got a
Oh,
new.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna hit the over no matter what on this one. Honestly, I'm changed. I wrote it down. I was gonna hit the money line. Choose the Steelers, but fuck, I'm gonna hit the over. We got a new
Go with the
offensive
gut, baby.
coordinator. We got a new
Yeah,
offensive coordinator coming in for the Steelers, just like how you
yeah,
guys put up what 32. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
hoping for the same.
Hey, I
So yeah,
agree.
we're
I
gonna hit the
agree.
over 34 and a half. Yeah, that sounds about good right
I
there.
agree. Warren and Najee Harris might get a good running game this week.
Ah,
He might sling a couple to
hopefully.
George Pickens. I mean, who knows? Who
Who
knows? I got
knows?
the Steelers money line. I think the Bengals are going to be pretty down and out with Joe Burrow, without Joe Burrow, that is. Uh,
hmm
Quarterback stepped up, wasn't bad when he came in. Do I think he can carry them throughout the year, winning divisional games and all these tough matchups throughout the rest of the season? I do not. I think the Steelers are less injured than the Bengals, so I think they could potentially walk in there, like you said, new OC, new scenery, new play calling, new juice. Go in and get them a dub, divisional dub. That next
uh,
matchup, which is actually the last 12 o'clock slate game, you got another divisional matchup. You got the New Orleans Saints going into Atlanta to play the Falcons. That over under is basically the same as the last one. It's pick 'em, toss up, and that over under is 42.
mm.
So another weird game.
We're rolling with the Saints. We're rolling deep with the Saints this week.
River divided again. I'm slapping
Mm.
the money with the Falcons. I think
Whew.
it's really going to be a testament of the run game to me. I think it's really going to be is Alvin Kamara going to be the man, or is Bijan Robinson going to be the man? And I think that's really
Yeah.
what's going to lead these teams. I don't like either of these quarterbacks. I don't like Derek Carr. I also do not think Ritter, right?
Yeah, him
Or
or
did I say
Taylor
that right?
Heineke. Yeah, Desmond
He's
Ritter
hurt.
or Taylor Heineke. Heineke's
Taylor
done? Is he
Heineke's hurt.
done?
Oh, I don't know if he's done. I just saw he's questionable. He's hurt. So I don't know if that,
Shit.
cancels him out for this weekend in general. But I did see that on the injury report. So I
Okay.
was assuming that it was going to be that
Okay.
Desmond Ritter or whatever. So we'll see. But I still take the Falcons. I think Bijan Robinson might have a good game at home. That 3 o'clock slate, you got the Rams and the Cardinals. Another pick 'em. Vegas thinks these games are going to be tight. So another pick 'em, and that over under is 44.5. I'm actually going to go first. I think the Cardinals are going. I think they're going to win at home. I think
I'm
Kyler
right there
Murray.
with you.
He's finally been getting in the groove a little bit, back on the grass. And then we got our boy Big Kev over there. Hopefully he can get another sack or something because the
Mm-hmm.
Rams, Cooper Kupp went down last week. Nakua I saw is questionable as well. I mean, you got some injuries spreading around. You got Kyron Williams, I guess, coming back, but doesn't help when some of your best uh,
Yeah.
receivers are going down at the same time. And then
Throw him
Matthew
the ball.
Stafford, still, what's his deal? I mean, is Matthew Stafford back? Is he hurt? I mean, so
Nah,
it's
I
just
don't think he's 100% on this one.
so it's like he's probably not gonna. You know what I mean? They're probably gonna keep rocking with Brent Rippin or who or
Oh
whatever.
no,
And
no, he'll probably play. I just don't think he's like 100% healthy playing out there,
oh,
which
right,
which no one it really is at this point in the season. But
right,
I just
yeah,
don't think.
not 100%.
Yeah, at quarterback. Yeah, at quarterback. I think it's a little down bad
Right,
over there.
right. Next matchup, you got the Broncos, Browns
Woo.
in Denver. You got
Can't
Denver
believe
favored by
this.
2.5, and that over under is 35.5.
I mean, I get the Browns don't have really their quarterback. Is Joe Flacco. What are they gonna do with them? Is Dorian Thompson? Is he gonna be the guy that continues? But I don't know, man. I see a little disrespect on this. The Browns defense is pretty outstanding. The offense they're all right. They can run the ball, so that's good for them. So I'm gonna roll with the Browns plus 2.5. I think the underdog on this one, although I don't think they should be the underdogs.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take the Broncos money line. I think you got a 5-5 Broncos led by uh Russell Wilson at home, hurt quarterback, new quarterback coming in, Joe Flacco, who's like what, 45 years old, probably as old as my
If he
dad. I don't know
plays, if yeah,
if he
if he
played.
plays.
So I don't know, man. You got a dangerous 5-5 team that's just looking to squash somebody's chances of playoffs. You know what I mean? Like
Dude,
at this point in the year, you got these type of teams that are just looking forward to ruining someone else's playoff hopefuls.
Bryce knows
So
all about that one firsthand, huh?
I know all too much about it. Not from the good side either. So you know, and we actually, I slipped on getting the last two 3 o'clock, 3:25 games because the lines actually were not created and set. So let's just skip down to the Sunday night football game. You got the 7:20 game. You got the Ravens traveling to the bright lights of LA playing the Chargers. We got Ravens favored by 4, and that over under is a good one. It's a toasty one. 47. That's up there.
It is up there, so you know what we gotta do when it's up there. We gotta bring it back down there. We're gonna hit the under. The Chargers. I don't know if this will be an explosive game for them. It's kind of they're down bad. The head coach is angry with reporters asking him like, "Why are you still the defensive coordinator?" He said, "Nothing's gonna change. I'm still gonna call the
None.
plays, so still gonna see some things happening." So yeah, we're gonna hit the under on this one. I don't see too much happening Sunday
Yeah.
night.
I feel that. It could be another boring one. I think I'm going to take the +4 Chargers at home. Another one, kind of like I was saying earlier, I don't think they'll win outright. I think they'll keep it within a field goal, possibly tight. They need a bounce back week. They been looking not great. Justin Herbert hadn't been looking amazing. His receivers haven't been looking amazing. Their run game hasn't been looking amazing. Their defense hasn't been looking amazing. So I think they're in a point of the season where they're in the same boat as what I was just discussing about the Broncos. They're looking to hurt someone else's chances. And who
Yeah.
better than the Baltimore Ravens, who are leading their division, one of the top in the AFC? I mean, this is a good bounce back week for them. This is a good week to get a dub against a good team. So,
Yeah.
while they also don't have their best pass catcher in Mark Andrews. So,
Mm.
I think the Chargers +4 is what I'm going to rock with. But let's slide over to
That's
that last
gonna
game
be a
of the
big
weekend.
game.
You got
Yeah.
Monday Night Football. You got the Chi-Town Bears going to play Space Dobbs. I don't know if they're in space or if they're in Minnesota. I don't know if they've classified where that game is yet. But you got the Vikings favored by 3.5, and that over under is 45. What you looking at?
Woo. Vikings -3.5. Man, I think they'll pull away from the Bears a little bit. A little bounce back win after that loss to the Broncos last week on a kind of a underwhelming performance from the whole squad.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take the money line. I like what you're saying. I like where you're going with. I do agree. But who knows? Because, like you said, very underwhelming. So definitely didn't give me anything to hang my hat on in terms of, I have super large faith in them. But I do think they can get
Yeah,
it done against the Bears because Bears are just flat out terrible. Let's be real. So I mean, they're bad.
it's
So
not really pretty over there.
no, it is not. So all right, guys, you already know what time it is. It's time to get into the slip of the day. You want to make some money with your boy. Like I said, I went 2-1 last week. So
Mm.
we're gonna try to mix it up a little bit. We're gonna make some we're gonna get some teams in there that you probably wouldn't have guessed that I'd be rocking with. But we're gonna add them because I got some love. So I'm gonna throw in the Jets +10. I'm gonna take the Texans money line at home, and then I got the Vikings money line at home. Simple bets across the board, two money lines and a cover. That's a good cover though. +10. I think that's gonna be the scariest one. But like I said,
Uh-huh.
you know, they could end up winning that game. They could surprise a lot of people. So if you want to make
Look
some
at
bread,
Bryce.
check it out. I was 2-1 last week. I was 2-1 the week before. We're going for the 3-0 slate. We're going for the clean slate this week. So
I'm praying
you
for you,
know,
brother. I'm big time praying for you. So let's hope
hey,
let's hope for it.
like I said last week, you know, it's mansion time or mortgage payments getting missed. So, you know, we'll see what the money slate looking like this week. So, that's it for the money, everybody. I mean, next week maybe I can get Isaiah to get him a little slip. Maybe we could do a Bryce and Isaiah slip. So I'll see what his biggest bets are, going in next week. But you know, that's the slip for the week. That's the picks for the week. If you want to make some bread, follow your boys, write them down, book them down, mark them down, whatever you got to do.
Mark them
And
down.
you know, or just keep them in your little notepad and kind of take notes because if we start rocking and rolling, maybe you want to follow along next week. So that's gonna be the matchups for this week. We'll catch you in quarter four in
Yes,
just a sec.
sir.
All right, boys and girls, let's hold up your fours. Fourth quarter action,
Hey.
RedZone RoundUp, last quarter of the day. Let's dive into it. We got your Week 12 matchups and insight. We got a lot of divisional matchups this week. Like I said, there's 10 of them buppies, and we got 4 days of football this week. So not your typical 3. Go ahead and throw that little Friday matchup in there too. They, I don't know if they just want us to spend more money gambling on this thing or what, but
You got a
they got us
point.
tapped in with
Probably
another
so.
day. Probably so. Vegas loves that money. So,
They do.
yeah. What you guys? What your eyes on this week? I know there's a lot of good matchups, a lot of good
Oh
divisional matchups,
man.
tight
You
games
know,
potentially.
we're gonna keep it at home here in the H. Man, we're looking forward to a big game here. It's gonna be rowdy. People gonna be cheering. So it's gonna be some big time things happening down here. And it's gotta start this weekend. So if it's time, the time is now. The only way to do it is to do it. So let's get it done. I'm rolling with the Texans all the way.
Rolling with the big shots, huh?
Yes, sir. But
Rollins.
we're looking forward to your Bills taking on the Eagles as well. I think that'll be a little fun matchup.
I
Maybe
do
a little bit
too. I'm
more
interested to
exciting
see that
than
one.
the Chiefs and them playing.
We just gotta, like you just said, there ain't nothing to it. but to do it, you know? So we'll see. We'll see. I think it'll be a good test. Like y'all, like all y'all haters been saying, we did play the Jets, so it was basically a little bye week last week. So it wasn't anything to,
So,
it wasn't anything
Jeez.
to gloat about. But I hope we can carry it into this week and see what the boys got. But yeah, I agree. I think Houston is gonna be rocking this week. I think that'll be a good game. Hey, I actually have been in NRG every single time the Bills have played since 2015, and I can personally
Oh,
attest that is one of the loudest stadiums that I've been to in all
oh yeah.
sports. I
Hey,
remember in
that's all we
2015,
got, man.
I was at the top when it was J.J. Watt's defensive MVP season. He had a touchdown in 4 different ways. He had a fumble recovery for a touchdown, he had a pick for a touchdown, he had a run for a touchdown where they handed the ball off to him, and then they flipped it to him for a little catch for a touchdown. I was at the game
Sheesh.
where E.J. Manuel hit a little flare out to LaShawn McCoy, and that
Oh
boy took it
no,
to the house, 60 yards, and that place went crazy.
I could
NRG is
imagine.
definitely one of the most. It was a fun atmosphere to be in. You know what I mean? Because it was just like
Yeah.
it was just it. Yeah, the boys went crazy, and that was when they weren't even good. It was like now
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
good. I can imagine what them games are like. So I think with that Tank Dell, CJ Stroud duo, that's pretty solid. I do like the first couple games of the weekend though. I do like that, it's not as glamorous as people want to think, but I think that Commanders Cowboys game is going to be a lot tighter than people think. I think
Oh
it could
yeah.
potentially surprise a lot of people. And then I think that next game of the night, that 49ers Seahawks game, will be as well. And you already know how I feel about the next game on Friday, uh, what the Jets could maybe do in New Jersey. So
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows?
The Jets in Jersey, man. Um,
The
he's
New
he's
Jersey
he's down with
Jets.
he's down with the Jets this week. I can't believe that, man. He's really rolling with the Jets, big
You
time.
know, I am
They
like,
just got blown
you
out
know,
by
hey,
his team.
let me give you my 2 cents on it. I think personally, the Dolphins are a bunch of frauds. I do. I
Uh-oh.
think I'm gonna be the first to say it. I think, and I'm not the first to say it. I see it all the time. I think they're frauds. I think go look at their roster, or not their roster, their schedule. Every team
Mhm.
that they've lost to, which is only a few, Bills, Eagles, Chiefs, some of the best teams in football. Go look at all the teams that they've won against. You got the Broncos, you got the Raiders, you got, just sprinkle in all, a bunch of teams that have hardly 500 records. So it's like, I can't wait till they start getting to the back end of the season and it
Yep.
really comes down to playoff football time. And I think that's when the real teams show out. That's why I'm not disappointed of where we are. Is it where I think the Bills should be? No, but I think we're separating ourselves from here going forward. I think the Eagles game is going to be the first game to prove it. I think hopefully if we can go into Philly and get a dub, that'll be a big telltale sign that we are
Yeah.
in fact back. And
It'll be
who knows?
something for sure. It'll be a telltale for something.
Who
We got to
knows? You got another game you're
fire the
watching
head
in this
coach.
slate?
Oh, what in the 12 o'clock early games?
Yeah, that Sunday slate. I know nobody's
Uh,
really gonna be too excited about that Monday night game. I mean, you might be. I don't know if you're ready to see Justin
yeah.
Fields and the Bears offense
uh,
slinging it, but
I'm ready to see T.J. Hawkinson do something, man.
hey,
That's what I'm ready
facts.
for. But what I'm really ready for is to see how this New England Patriots will come out, man. I mean, it's like off a bye
Yep.
week. Yeah, something's got to happen. Something changed. Someone came in, gave a speech. Maybe Tom Brady showed up, said, "Hey, wake up, man." I doubt that happened, but something's
Hey,
gonna
boy,
happen. That's
never know.
so. I think the quarterback situation change. Hopefully, it's a good change. They need a spark somewhere, and I think that'll be a good start for them. So we're
Yeah.
just honestly, I'm gonna say a little prayer for the boys. So because we're gonna throw some money out there this week on them.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so
Maybe
we're gonna do it.
maybe they had that boy Dave Portnoy go in there and spark up a juice. Maybe
Hey,
they
something, man.
They need somebody
Lo-
like that to come in, like, wake the fuck up, guys! Like, come on,
And
I
losing
just put
this
a hundred
money,
k on
man.
y'all. Yeah, so you know, Who knows? I agree. I think your bye week did y'all right. Hopefully, give a good,
Hopefully.
good week to chill. Y'all got Zappy coming in against old DeVito. You got, back up against backup. So who knows?
The Vito, man. He has like I think multiple passing touchdown games as Kenny Pickett. And Kenny Pickett has been there for like 5 seasons and it's just like, oh man, it's 22 starts versus 3 for him. So Tommy DeVito, man, let's see how that boy can he's from New York, so he's a real New York kid.
Well, damn. I
We'll see.
mean, shit. I could have guessed
Oh,
that DeVito. That's like
yeah,
he sounds like
that's
his great great
Sopranos.
grandpa was killed Tony Soprano or something, man. Oh boy,
Yeah,
sounds like he's from the Jersey, the Jersey.
yeah, he definitely got roots there, probably. But he's
Yeah,
a
that
good
boy's
quarterback,
straight
at
from
least
Queens
from
block,
last
probably.
week. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
he
see
did
how he
good.
does.
Yeah, no, he had a good game. Definitely can't hate on the boy, that's for sure. I think one of my other matchups that I'm ready to see is I actually am ready to see. I'm ready to see what Justin Herbert's got because
Mm,
he's been getting a lot of slack these last couple weeks. He's been getting a
yeah,
lot of hate. And, I've, like you said earlier, I actually have been a fan of him, since he's gotten into the league. He's got a strong arm. He's a smart quarterback. He just, he hadn't really found it all together yet. He also has had a lot of injuries on his side of the ball. Mike
yeah,
Williams hasn't been healthy, the whole stint over there with him. So, he could definitely, have had things go his way a little better.
yeah,
Uh, up to this point. But who knows, man? He's always been that player that always the next week will come and get a dub though. So I've
yeah.
noticed that, and
I think this one's going to be a big game for Lamar, though, man. I think he'll
it
have that
is.
little breakout game, man. I think he'll do
I mean, I'm
something.
interested. I'm
Put on
interested
a
to see
few
how it
touchdown
goes.
runs.
Yeah,
I
I'm
bet you
interested to
are.
see how it goes
I bet you are.
with what's his name? You got Mark Andrews out, so it's gonna be a big week.
What's
So
his name? Come on,
you
man.
know,
His name's Isaiah Likely. That's his name.
hmm.
That's who's going to be stepping up. So
Or
we'll
like
see how that's
Isaiah,
going.
unlikely. Am I right?
No,
Didn't.
I'm likely to win this one. I'm
Yeah,
betting it.
yeah.
Hey,
All right, guys, we're in
we're
the
gonna
last
stay
segment
humble.
of the day. You got the 2 minute drill. You got any last minute thoughts, concerns, questions, or shout out?
Um,
I don't know. What you got? What's your last minute?
I want to shout out you. You know, we've 11 weeks in. You know, when we came up with this idea, I guess it was just a thought. You know, say, hey man, let's do a podcast. But here we are, 11 weeks later. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Beef Fry, my
Hey,
guy.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate it. Everything you've done, man. This has been a fun journey,
Hey,
man. Let's keep it
I
going.
appreciate the love. And actually, I'm gonna sling it right back to you because we actually haven't talked about that with the people yet. I agree. We've been 11 weeks in this thing. It's been every week we've seen the progress. We've
Yeah.
seen the fun that it's been, and we've seen the support from our people at Mental Dimes. They're cool. I actually just got all of our episodes uploaded on their YouTube today, actually.
Okay.
So going forward, they'll be uploaded on ours and theirs. So yeah, no, I want to give out a shout out to you for hanging in there. We're more than halfway through the year. We're tackling our first year of RedZone RoundUp, and like we've mentioned, I know the people probably been waiting on it, but we already got some guests, in the pipeline,
Yeah.
interested and waiting to
Working
come
on it. We're
on.
getting it.
So yeah, we're
Yeah.
working on it. We're working on it for y'all, for the people. So
For the people, man. That's all we
I
do it
guess,
for, man. For the people.
my last minute thoughts would be other than thanking you and appreciating you as well, y'all boys need and girls need to go and like, subscribe to the boys because, show us some love, then maybe get them a little more traction to the boys. So, you never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But before we go, we got one more thing. Pick of the week. What you got? Pick of the week.
Little underdog love, but they're here in town. I don't even know what I said last week. I might have lost, so my record's probably not looking good. But this week, I'm
Yeah,
thinking
I
we're
can't
gonna
remember.
win. I'm rolling with the Texans, dog. I've been just in love, I guess you could say, man. Just I'm loving it all, man. So we're rolling with CJ Stroud, Tank Dell this week.
Hey, I like it. You're rocking with the H-Town. You're from H-Town, so I feel it. It sounds like you might be hopping off the Patriots wagon a little bit, day by day.
Hey, nah. We still cheer for him, bro. We still cheer for him, man. That's still gonna be the squad.
Yeah, you got the love, but you gotta have the backup squad. You're like me when I grew up a Rockets fan, but I like LeBron. You know, when the Rockets went out, I always had LeBron in the playoffs to watch. So but I'm actually gonna I'm gonna go pick of the week. Buffalo Bills, baby.
Sheesh,
I'm gonna go number 17. I'm gonna go number 17, showing up in Philly in the rough town of Philly. You know, them crazy fans, but we got crazy fans too. So I think we're gonna. Last time the Bills actually played Philly, I was there in Buffalo, caught an L against Carson Wentz. It was a rough game. It was bad weather, but I think we got a lot of things different this go around. I think we got a lot of better players. We got better defense. We got a new offensive coordinator. We got new juice. So
a lot of hurt players.
Buffalo Bills. A lot of hurt players. But a lot of hurt players playing hurt players. You know what I mean? We're at that point in the season. So
all professionals.
You gotta step up. Next man up, baby. Next man up. So I'm rocking Bills. But that's gonna be your pick up the weeks from your boy Isaiah and me. And like we said, shout out to all y'all. Anybody who's watching. We know we don't get a crazy amount of love yet. We're working that way up, working our way up the chains. But everybody who does, everybody who taps in each week, we support you. You're the reason we're doing this. It's because of the continued love and support. Shout out Mental Dime. Shout out Cold Kicks. Shout out my boy Isaiah. And while you're here, like, laugh, subscribe, follow, all the good things. None of those bad things. And that's going to be it. You got anything else?
Oh, man, just looking forward to next week, man. Catch y'all at the next break, man. All love, all the time, always.
Always. Happy Thanksgiving to all y'all and your families and your loved ones. Be safe. Try not to hit that liquor too much. Hit the turkey a little more.
Yeah. Maybe hit the gym too, yeah.
Maybe hit the gym. Maybe not till Friday or Saturday, but hit that gym. But all right, everybody. That's going to do it for this week's episode, and we will catch you next week. Adios.
Later, y'all.